All right, so caring transitions. Most of you are familiar by now. What we do is senior relocations, downsizing, and estate sales. But I figured today, let's have a little fun with this. And regardless of whether we are a senior or not, let's just think about maybe downsizing. First of all, I want you to know one thing that sets us apart from other estate sale companies in the areas is all of our services are performed by our own staff, and our staff is all bonded, insured, trained, and certified. They are a very experienced, informed group of people who make estate sales the success that they are with us. And also, in addition to specializing in seniors, we do serve all other consumers. So running an estate sale, when we go in and work with senior, really our job, the way we go in, our mindset is to try to eliminate as much as possible the stress that's associated with moving and downsizing. And there is a ton of stress. Well, maybe not most, many seniors are alone. They've lost perhaps a spouse, they've lost friends, they're getting on in age, and life is changing for them, and not particularly in a great way. And when it comes down to relocating and selling off all their possessions, it is an extremely emotional event in their life. So we help them to sort through all of their belongings, determine what they can sell, what can maybe be donated. We help them organize, help the seniors pack and then unpack at their new residence. So here's where we all come in, getting started. You don't have to wait till you're 85 years old to get started. You should be getting started now. I know my generation, we saved everything. I got desks full of who knows what, closets. I don't even know what's in the back of that closet, things I haven't worn in years. Garages that used to fit 2 cars. Now, my garage, until recently, I couldn't even fit a bicycle in it. And basements, all stuff that we accumulate. So where does all this stuff come from? Well, we just have a tough time throwing out anything. You know, I don't need it now, but I know if I throw it out, I'm going to need it. So therefore, I'll just hold on to it. So where does it all come from? We get married. We buy our lovely house. And we have a tribe over time. Our kids grow up. They have kids. And when the kids grow up, all of the stuff, all of their sports equipment, all of the old, everything just gets left in the house. They move, but they leave all their stuff in the house. And we end up with, this is very common. That pool table probably hasn't been used in years. I'm sure it hasn't been used in 15 years, and it just piles up. These are actual, there was an exercise, a treadmill under all that stuff there, believe it or not. And you can see how, you can tell by the steps, the upstairs of this house was very immaculate and clean, but you go in the basement and there is just all this stuff. Why are we keeping it? And when do I start to get rid of it? And the answer is now. So the question is, what do I keep? What do I sell? And what do I donate? And the answer is you keep very little. You keep what you use. That's it. When it comes to seniors, working with seniors, we start with a full floor plan of the new residence that they're moving into. And we help them sort and organize so they can determine what they can bring with them. One of the biggest surprises that people have when they downsize from a 5-bedroom home to a 1 or 2 bedroom condominium or assisted living residence is they've gone from a house that has, who knows, 30 feet of closet space to maybe 5 feet of closet space. I just had one. I moved a woman from Jersey City to Delaney in Bridgewater, and she had 10 boxes of clothes. And these are the large moving boxes from Home Depot. I went back to visit her Monday this week, and 5 of those boxes ended up in my car taking with me. She just didn't have the space, and she never wore the clothes. So we helped decide what's going to fit in that new residence. And then what happens with all the other stuff? We work to donate it, do an estate sale, and the advantage of working with us is, first of all, you reduce your storage costs. Storage units are something that I advise all of my clients against. And we can go into that in another session. Storage units are a waste of money and a lot of money. By downsizing, you're reducing your moving costs, and the real bottom line to all this, if you're selling your house, you've got to get rid of all that stuff to get the house on the market and sold. And that is really the main objective, getting the house sold faster. So when we start with an estate sale, our guys, getting the house sold faster, families oftentimes attempt to do it themselves and get the house emptied out themselves. It typically takes them months. I had a client recently. The daughter and the 2 brothers, the parents had passed. The daughter and the 2 brothers had been working on the clearing the house out for over a year. They all lived, upstate New York, PA, Maryland. And when they called me in, I didn't even know they started, but they had been working on it for a year and not made a lot of progress. Our team will get your house here, run the estate there. Here's another room in that house. Now, here's again an example of the child grew up and moved away, and what's that room being used for? Just to collect stuff that needs to get thrown out. If this is a situation in your house, you can start this process now. Just get rid of this stuff. So we had to bring the house from there to there. Here was the daughter's room, who had also moved out of the house. So that's what we do. Kitchen doesn't look bad, but if you look at the counter space and you start opening those cabinets, there is a ton of clutter in there. So getting it from there to there is what we do. This was one of the parents' rooms before she passed, there to there. Now, if you try to do that room yourself, it's going to take you weeks, believe me, weeks and weeks. And we get it done in a couple of days or a week to run the sale. There to there. That's what your house needs to look like. So that's what we do. Now, many times, and I'm going to share a secret with you guys. Many times, the time and the effort and the cost that you put into holding a yard sale, an estate sale, is a waste of time. You're not making any money. And really what you should be doing with a lot of that stuff I showed you that was accumulated is get a dumpster in there, donate it, or get a dumpster in there and just start tossing it out. Most people's homes, that's what they should be doing. All homes, though, they have a handful of things. Maybe they have 10, 20 items that do have some value and can be sold. Not enough to run a full estate sale. So what we do is we have a consignment shop, and we'll put your things in our consignment shop and sell them for you. So these are all items that were taken from people's homes, and we're selling them at our consignment shop. So that is a quick run through of carrying transitions. I don't know if there are any questions out there.
Where is your store, your consignment store?
Yeah, New Providence, New Jersey. What we'll do is we will come to your home. We will pack and transport the items. We have a portal. Dennis's team put all this together for us. Once we get everything into inventory, you get invited to register so that you have visibility at all times over the computer of all of the items that you have in the store, what the price is, and what's sold, and what's still for sale. So total visibility.
Do you have a criteria of what items you take or don't take? Okay.
Yeah, we have a very short consignment agreement, and it lists the types of items and all of the criteria that goes into.
That's a great option.
Yeah, we just started the store in October, and for that reason, we were. People have estate sales, and at the end of the sale, there typically is a couple of items that have value, but just the right person didn't come into the estate sale that day, so they didn't get sold. Or, as I mentioned, more often, people either don't want 300 or 400 people walking through their house during the weekend, or they just have a few items. So we help them with that.
Yeah, I have to say a couple things about, George is just wonderful. It is so emotional. My mom had just been through it. And as Paul had said, my sister would do the thing. My mom would fight with my sister. She didn't want to because it's emotional time. Well, with my situation, my dad had just passed. So my mom, she was emotional. She was, and it's just having a team like George's come in. And I can't tell you that the stuff that they do, the work behind the scenes that they do to sell the products, as far as the research they do, making sure you have the right. There's no way you're going to be able to put the time, effort, or expertise in moving your products like George. I joke he turns clutter into cash, but it's a lot of work that he puts in to do that. And he makes sure, and if he tells you that he can't sell it, it can't be sold because he's an expert. Like, he knows that, and he's saving you time, money, and effort. And he helped my mom with a bunch of stuff, and she still won't get rid of some of it. Her new place looks like that, and she does say, "I'm having George come over this summer," because she's emotionally now ready to do that, but she wasn't emotionally at the time. So we had to move it all to her new place. But and I wish we hadn't. But George's team and what he does is just amazing. I can't say enough about it.
And I would say start now, meaning, what does that mean? Go into your closet, and those sweaters that you haven't worn in 2 years, those pants that have been folded up on the bottom, and I'm the biggest culprit of this. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to fit into those one day, and get rid of them, because over time it'll just grow and grow and grow, and you'll end up with this massive, what is a problem. That's going to end up costing time and money to resolve. So, and you feel so much better when you don't have the clutter surrounding you. So
I agree, George, except that you should keep the small clothes and lose the weight and get rid of the big clothes.
Glad you're here, Lisa. Yes, absolutely. That's another way of looking at it.
That was great, Lisa. That was great.